So 2020 has been an extreme year in every possible way. You can see that from a growth point of view, global growth collapsed. And actually what was interesting about it is it collapsed in a sequence. So it started in China, and then it morphed into Europe, and then belatedly went into America. And then Africa started to catch it later. So what happened was it wasn't one big bang kind of effect, and that first wave, nobody really knew what to do other than to lock everything down, and the damage it did to the economy was extreme. And I'm talking about the world economy. Obviously, in South Africa, that lockdown was severe for a country like ours, and we've seen it partly in our numbers. The country was in trouble before COVID even started. I mean, our GDP growth in real terms has not changed since the fourth quarter of 2017. In fact, it's dropped, but it hasn't grown since that point. So we've actually had, out of the last 10 quarters, we've had 7 quarters of recession, of negative growth. And then, of course, we had a collapse in quarter 2, and we will get some rebound in quarter 3. If we look at our high-frequency data, you'll see that in quarter 3, we've had a partial rebound. Quite a reasonable rebound in retail. We've seen wholesale has also pretty much rebounded. Where the real damage has been seen, and still being seen, is in the hospitality industry. And I'm talking about casinos, I'm talking about hotels, I'm talking about restaurants. And that side of it, the catering and food and beverage side of hospitality has been really badly hit. Certainly hotels have been very badly hit. All your game lodges and the like were extremely badly hit. And even now, because of social distancing, the ability to recover has been inhibited. So there's big swathes of our economy and the global economy which has been badly affected. Clearly, the airline industry has been mortally affected. I was listening today, the total losses in the airline industry at this point is $157 billion. I mean, it's just unbelievable. So really what comes out of all of this is we've actually had a really terrible growth profile for the year, and we're getting a partial recovery. So the big question here now is how much of the relief packages actually got through to the places they were supposed to get to actually fill the income hole that was created. And to me, this is the big unknown at this point, because certainly in this country, I know certainly in the States and places like that, the majority of it did get through, but in South Africa, that's not true. A lot of that relief money, that 500 billion, which was, government did a great thing in actually going big, 10% of GDP and going for it and actually filling the income hole. It wasn't stimulus. It was never supposed to be stimulus. That was filling an income hole. The problem is, because of a lot of misallocation, a lot of political nonsense and corruption, not all that money got to the places it was supposed to get to. The other part of it is the 200 billion, which was a big component of it, that was supposed to be part of the credit guarantee scheme. For some inexplicable reason, and I think part of it is the bank's reluctance to lend, but we've only seen something like 20 billion that has actually been lent out of all of that. And they think by January 2021, we'll have something like 24 billion out of the 200 billion. Now that tells me there's a possibility of a real set of permanent damage to the economy. So when we look at a recovery, we actually say, well, are we getting back to where we were in 2019? And the answer is not in 21. And possibly not even in 22. And actually, if you look at the forecasts that both the Reserve Bank as well as Treasury have come out with, and you do the arithmetics on that, you'll see that we don't get back on a constant price terms, we do not get back to where we were in 2019 until the end of 2022. Now, the issue with all of that, of course, is that you've got a population that's growing the whole time, and it's urbanizing. So you've got more and more people coming into the cities, and you need more and more infrastructure, you need more electricity, more water, more everything to service these people. So this is where the backlogs and the problems are starting to occur.